The night was calm. The stars were shining, and the cities of Earth slept under their soft light. No one knew that everything was about to change. At exactly midnight, the sky broke open. A deep red light spread across the world. It was not a sunrise. It was not a storm. It was something else, something terrible. People ran outside, looking up in fear. Across every country, across every ocean, giant shapes appeared. Massive ships floated in the sky, bigger than cities, darker than anything anyone had ever seen. Their metal skin shined under the red sky, and strange symbols glowed on their sides. In the middle of the darkness, a voice boomed across the earth. It was not a human voice. It was cold, deep, and full of power. It spoke in every language at once. Earth, your time has ended. Obey us, or face total destruction. The ground shook with the power of the voice. Children cried. Parents held their families close. Soldiers scrambled to their bases. The leaders of the world, presidents and generals, tried to contact the ships. Radios screamed with static. No answer came, until a short message appeared on every screen, every phone, every TV. You have 24 hours. Panic spread like fire. Shops were looted. Streets were jammed with cars. People screamed, prayed, fought. Some thought it was a dream. Others knew this was real. Earth was under attack. Inside a hidden mountain bunker, deep underground, the last council of Earth's leaders met. Old generals, top scientists, secret agents, all gathered around a huge metal table. A large screen showed the alien ships hanging above Earth like black stars. We cannot fight them, a general said, voice shaking. Their ships are too big. Our missiles will bounce off them like stones. We must try to talk, said the president of the United World. Maybe they want something we can give. A scientist shook her head. They don't want peace. They want control. If we kneel now, we will never be free again. Silence filled the room. Each leader looked at the others, knowing the terrible choice they faced. Fight, and probably die, or kneel, and become slaves forever. An old man at the end of the table coughed and stood. He wore a simple black coat. His hair was white. His eyes were sharp. We have one last chance, he said, but it is dangerous, very dangerous. The others leaned in. The old man pulled out a small device and placed it on the table. It was round, silver, and pulsed with a strange blue light. This, he said, is Project Omega. It is not a weapon like our rockets. It is something different, something made from our oldest knowledge and our newest science. The generals stared. The scientists whispered among themselves. But it is not ready, the old man said. It needs more time. How much time? Someone asked. At least 20 hours, he replied. A cold silence fell again. They had 24 hours before the aliens attacked. But if Project Omega failed, Earth would destroy itself faster than any alien weapon. We have no choice, the president said finally. Prepare Project Omega. Earth will stand. We will not kneel. The bunker roared into life. Technicians ran. Engineers screamed orders. Machines hummed and sparked. Above them, the alien ships moved slowly, drifting across the sky like hungry wolves. Across the world, Earth's armies tried to get ready. Tanks rolled through the streets. Jets filled the skies. But deep down, everyone knew it would not be enough. The true battle would happen underground, in secret, where Project Omega slept. And time was running out. Somewhere high above Earth, on the biggest alien ship, a dark figure watched the planet below. Its eyes burned like cold fire. Its mouth curled into a cruel smile. Let them prepare, it said in a voice like breaking stone. It will make their fall sweeter. Back on Earth, as the sun rose over a world filled with fear, a new message appeared on every screen. You have 23 hours left. And so began Earth's last stand. Deep under the mountains, Project Omega was waking up. In a giant underground chamber, bigger than a football field, thousands of workers rushed back and forth. Bright lights flashed. Machines beeped. Sparks flew from welding torches. In the center of the room stood a massive silver device, almost as tall as a building. It pulsed with a slow blue glow, like it was breathing. Dr. Ilara Vance, the lead scientist, stood in front of it. Her hands were shaking, not from fear, from excitement. "We've built it," she whispered. "Now we must make it live." Around her, the best minds on Earth worked without sleep. They connected wires, adjusted panels, read ancient symbols carved into the metal. Because Project Omega was not made from normal technology. It was part machine, part something older. A secret lost in human history, a power even humans barely understood. General Harlow, the commander of Earth's last defense, marched into the room. He looked at the device with hard eyes. "Can it destroy them?" he asked simply. Ilara took a deep breath. "If we finish in time, yes, it can." "And if we don't?" Harlow asked. She hesitated. "If Omega is not fully charged, it could fail. It could even explode." The general nodded. "Then we have no room for mistakes." Above them, the alien ships drifted closer. Satellite images showed new movements, strange weapons charging, beams of red energy lighting up their hulls. Earth was running out of time. Across the world, strange things began to happen. Electronics failed. Radios went silent. Birds fell from the sky. The oceans boiled in small places, sending up clouds of steam. The aliens were not waiting. They were testing their power, sending a clear message. "We can destroy you any time we wish." In the bunker, tension grew thicker. Everyone knew they were Earth's last hope. If they failed, there would be no second chance. Dr. Vance pulled her team together. She pointed at the silver device. "Omega is not just a weapon," she said. "It is alive. It listens. It feels. We must be careful." The workers nodded, fear in their eyes. Activating Omega required not just machines, but also human minds. Each operator would have to link their thoughts to it, to guide its energy, to aim its terrible power. It was dangerous. If the mind was weak, Omega would burn it away. Dr. Vance selected 5 of her best operators. Young, strong, brave. "We will connect first," she said. "We will teach it to trust us." One by one, they placed metal bands around their heads. Wires from the bands ran into Omega's core. The blue light grew brighter. The room grew colder. And then, for the first time, Omega spoke. Not with words, with feelings. The operators gasped as images filled their minds. A black sea under a dying sun. Stars falling like rain. A giant broken machine drifting through space for 1,000 years. A lonely voice calling out, waiting to be found. Omega had been waiting a long, long time for someone to find it. And now it had found them. General Harlow watched from the control room. "We're getting a signal," his officer said. "Omega is waking up." The old general grunted. "Good. We will need every second." Just then, alarms blared. Red lights flashed. A soldier ran in, face pale. "Sir, we intercepted a message." The general grabbed the paper and read quickly. His face turned hard. "Aliens know about Omega," he said. "They are preparing to attack early." There was no more time. Earth wouldn't get 23 hours. Maybe not even 5. "We have to fire Omega," Dr. Vance said, "even if it's not ready." "But if we fire too soon," her assistant started. "We die anyway if we wait," she snapped. In space, the alien ships began to glow with deadly red light. The countdown had begun. Project Omega hummed louder. The floor shook under their feet. The blue glow became blinding. And in that moment, every man, woman, and child on Earth looked up at the burning sky and knew The final battle was coming. Omega's blue light filled the bunker like a rising sun. The machine was almost awake, almost ready. Dr. Vance and her team kept their hands on the controls, sweat running down their faces. They had minutes, maybe seconds, before the alien ships attacked. General Harlow stood over them, barking orders into his radio. Move the troops, prepare the defenses, tell the pilots to stand by. Across the world, Earth's last armies waited. Soldiers watched the skies. Missiles were aimed. Bombers warmed their engines. Everyone believed that Omega would save them, but not everyone wanted Omega to win. Far from the control room, in a dark corner of the bunker, a man moved quietly. He wore a black uniform with no name, no rank. His face was cold, his eyes sharp like knives. His name was Cassian Vale. He was not working for Earth. Cassian slipped into a maintenance room. He opened a hidden panel on the wall and pulled out a small device, no bigger than his hand, glowing green. It was a signal jammer. One press of a button, and Omega's systems would collapse. It would shut down the project before it could fire. Cassian's orders were simple. Stop Omega. Let Earth fall. Because not every human believed Earth could win. Some thought surrender was the only way to survive. Cassian whispered to himself, better slaves than ashes. He raised the device. His thumb hovered over the button. 1 second, and it would all be over. Back in the control room, Omega's power readings climbed higher. Almost ready, Dr. Vance shouted. The silver machine shuddered. Lights blinked faster and faster. Suddenly, a loud beep echoed through the room. Dr. Vance frowned. Something's wrong, she said. Screens flickered. Warning signs flashed. Power drain detected. An engineer yelled. Someone is trying to shut Omega down. General Harlow slammed his fist on the table. Find them, he roared. Security teams raced through the bunker. Guns drawn. Eyes sharp. Cassian heard the alarms but stayed calm. He pressed the jammer. The thin whine filled the air. Omega's light flickered. The great machine groaned like it was in pain. In the control room, Omega's energy fell fast. We're losing it, Dr. Vance cried. If Omega dies now, we're finished, General Harlow shouted. Security cameras scanned the halls. One camera caught a glimpse, a shadowy figure near the power systems. Sector D, a guard barked. Move, move, move. Teams of soldiers sprinted toward Cassian's location. Cassian worked quickly. He pulled out a second device, a small bomb. If they catch me, he muttered, I'll make sure Omega never rises again. He set the timer for 30 seconds. But before he could place it, heavy boots thundered behind him. Drop it, a soldier shouted. Cassian spun, gun in hand. Shots rang out. Sparks flew. 2 soldiers fell. Cassian ran deeper into the bunker, bomb still in hand. Guards chased him, bullets flying past his head. In the control room, Omega's light flickered wildly. The machine was fighting to stay alive. Dr. Vance grabbed a headset. Omega, she whispered, stay with us. Please. Omega answered, not in words, but with a pulse of energy. The blue light flared stronger for a moment. We still have a chance, Dr. Vance cried. General Harlow listened to the radio. Suspect moving toward core access. A guard reported. He has explosives. Harlow's face turned to stone. If he blows the core, he said, Omega will die. We all will. He grabbed a rifle from the wall and ran out himself. The old general had no intention of letting Earth die today. Cassian reached the core door. He placed the bomb against the metal. The timer blinked down. 10 seconds. 9. 8. Suddenly, a shot rang out. The bomb sparked. Cassian spun around and saw General Harlow, a rifle smoking. You, Cassian sneered. You're a fool. Earth can't win. Harlow didn't answer. He fired again. Cassian ducked, firing back. Bullets screamed through the hallway. The bomb's timer kept ticking. 7, 6, 5. Harlow tackled Cashin. The two men crashed to the floor, punching, kicking, struggling for the gun. The bomb's timer hit 3, 2. At the last second, Harlow shoved Cashin aside and ripped the bomb free. He hurled it down a service chute just as it exploded. The floor shook. Smoke filled the air. But Omega's core stayed safe. Soldiers grabbed Cashin, dragging him away in chains. He spat on the floor. "You're dooming us all," he growled. "You don't know what they can do." General Harlow leaned close and said, coldly, "Maybe not, but we know what we can do." He turned back to the control room. Omega's light blazed stronger than ever. Dr. Vance smiled. "Systems stable, ready to fire." A new message flashed on every screen. Omega activation in 10 minutes. High above Earth, the alien ships began to shift, sensing the change. The final battle was about to begin. And this time, Earth would not kneel. The countdown flashed across every screen in the bunker. Omega activation in 10 minutes. General Harlow stood in the control room, his face grim. Dr. Vance and her team worked fast, making final checks. Sparks flew from machines. Warnings beeped. The air felt heavy, like a storm was about to break. Above them, in the cold darkness of space, the alien fleet moved into attack positions. Red energy glowed from their ships, growing brighter with every second. The war was coming, and it would be decided in minutes. Outside the bunker, the Earth's defense forces were ready. Fighter jets roared into the sky. Missile launchers locked onto targets. Laser cannons powered up, humming with energy. All across the planet, soldiers, pilots, and civilians watched the skies. Some prayed, some cried, but no one ran. Today, Earth would stand. Inside the bunker, Dr. Vance placed her hands on Omega's control panel. She closed her eyes and whispered, "Please, help us." Omega responded. A deep hum shook the walls. The blue light around the machine became blinding. Panels opened along its sides, revealing ancient technology that no human could fully understand. It was like Omega had been waiting for this moment, waiting for Earth to need it. "Omega is ready," Dr. Vance shouted. General Harlow grabbed the radio. "All forces, prepare for coordinated strike. Fire on my command." The alien ships fired first. Beams of red energy rained down from the sky. Cities lit up with explosions. Mountains cracked apart. The oceans boiled in places. Earth's defenses answered. Missiles streaked into the sky. Fighter jets weaved through falling debris, firing everything they had. But the aliens were stronger. Their shields held against the missiles. Their armor laughed at human bullets. The defense lines started to crumble. General Harlow knew. Without Omega, Earth would fall within the hour. "Fire Omega," he roared. Dr. Vance hit the activation key. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the ground shook so violently, it felt like the whole world might break apart. Omega roared to life. From deep under the mountain, a beam of pure blue energy shot into the sky. It pierced through clouds, through the atmosphere, straight into space. The lead alien ship tried to dodge, but it was too late. Omega's beam hit it dead center. The ship didn't just explode. It vanished, gone in a flash of white light, like it had never existed. Cheers erupted in the bunker. General Harlow slammed his fist on the table. "Reload Omega." Hit the next target. Omega fired again. Another alien ship disappeared. For the first time, the enemy hesitated. The alien fleet shifted nervously. They had never seen a weapon like this before. They had never thought Earth could hit back so hard. But Earth wasn't done yet. Omega's energy kept building. Each shot grew faster, stronger. One by one, the enemy ships began to fall. Some exploded. Some broke apart in the sky, raining burning debris into the oceans. The bunker shook again, but not from alien fire, from Earth's own power. Omega was becoming stronger with every strike. But there was a danger. Dr. Vance stared at the readings, her face pale. Omega is overheating, she said. If we don't cool it down, it could destroy the planet. General Harlow didn't blink. If we stop now, we lose Earth anyway, he said. Push it, push Omega to the limit. The team nodded. They knew the risk. They accepted it. Better to die fighting than to die begging. In space, the alien flagship, larger than any other ship, moved forward. It was a monster, a fortress with weapons strong enough to wipe out continents. It fired a beam so large that it split the clouds apart. The bunker's alarms screamed. General Harlow pointed at the screen. There. That's our target. Dr. Vance locked Omega onto the flagship. The machine's blue core blazed like a second sun. Energy crackled along the walls. Screens shattered. The ground split open. Soldiers and scientists fell to their knees as the power shook everything around them. But no one ran. No one quit. They all knew. This was Earth's last chance. Omega fired. A beam thicker than a skyscraper tore through the sky. It hit the alien flagship dead center. The alien ship fought back. Its shields glowed red, struggling to hold. It fired every weapon it had, pouring death down on Earth. But Omega's beam didn't stop. It pushed harder and harder, until, with a sound like a dying star, the alien flagship shattered. A blast of light washed over the Earth. And then, silence. In the bunker, people stared at the screens in shock. The alien fleet was breaking apart. The smaller ships turned and fled, disappearing into the blackness of space. Earth had done it. They had survived. Omega powered down, its blue light fading into a soft, slow pulse, like it was sleeping again. General Harlow lowered his head, breathing hard. Dr. Vance smiled through tears. Across the world, people cried, screamed, hugged each other. For now, the battle was over. But deep in space, in the cold darkness beyond the stars, something else was watching. Something bigger. Something worse. And it was coming. The war was over, or so they thought. Across the world, celebrations erupted. The streets were filled with cheering crowds. People hugged. Families were reunited. Flags waved proudly in the air. Earth had survived. The sky, once filled with alien warships, was clear again. For the first time in years, humans looked up and saw peace. In the bunker, General Harlow sat in his office, staring at the screens. Omega had powered down. The alien threat was gone, or so it seemed. Dr. Vance walked in, holding a tablet. She looked exhausted, but there was something in her eyes, a worry she couldn't shake. General, she began, her voice low, there's something you need to see. Harlow looked up, his face grim. What is it? She handed him the tablet. On the screen, a series of strange energy readings appeared. These, Dr. Vance said, pointing at the numbers, are coming from deep in space, and they're growing stronger. General Harlow frowned. Are they aliens? More ships? Dr. Vance shook her head. No, it's something different. Meanwhile, high above Earth, in the dark, endless void of space, something stirred. The galaxy was vast, filled with hidden dangers, ancient enemies, and unknown forces. The alien ships that had attacked Earth were just a small part of something much bigger. A war that had been going on for thousands of years. And Earth had just become a part of it. Back in the bunker, the atmosphere was tense. Dr. Vance studied the readings closely. It's not alien technology, she said, almost to herself. It's older. Much older. General Harlow stood, staring at the screen. I don't understand. If it's not aliens, what is it? Suddenly, the room shook. The lights flickered. The building groaned like it was alive. The ground trembled. The entire bunker seemed to come alive with the sound of alarms and voices shouting, "Warning! Warning! Earth's magnetic field is shifting." Outside, the sky turned dark again. Another wave of energy hit Earth, this time stronger than before. The people in the streets stopped, looking up at the sky in confusion. Dr. Vance grabbed her headset. "We're under attack again. But it's not the aliens. It's something else." General Harlow's face went pale. "Is this the real enemy?" In space, a massive shape appeared on the edge of the solar system. It was enormous, a ship unlike any Earth had ever seen. Its surface was covered in strange symbols, glowing faintly in the darkness. It wasn't an alien ship. It wasn't anything Earth scientists could identify. The ship moved slowly, but with purpose, like a predator stalking its prey. Behind it, dozens of smaller ships followed in formation. This is not good," Dr. Vance said, her voice shaking. "We've never seen anything like this." General Harlow clenched his fists. "We didn't just defeat one enemy. We've made ourselves a target for something much worse." On the streets, panic started to set in. People screamed and ran. The sky darkened again, and strange lights danced across the clouds. It was the calm before the storm, but no one knew what was coming. Inside the bunker, Dr. Vance turned to the general. "We need to prepare. This isn't just an attack. It's a warning." The ground shook once again. This time, it was worse. Buildings cracked. The Earth itself groaned under the pressure. This is no longer just about Earth," Dr. Vance said, her voice trembling. "This is about a force that has been waiting for the right moment to strike. And now, they know we're here." General Harlow's expression hardened. "Then we'll fight." Across the world, humanity had faced threats before, but this was different. The enemy wasn't just powerful. It was ancient, and it wasn't interested in peace. The massive ship in space loomed closer, like a dark shadow over Earth. It was as if the universe itself was coming to collect its dues. General Harlow and Dr. Vance stood side by side, staring at the screen. The new enemy was closing in fast. "You don't think they know about Omega?" Harlow asked, his voice tight. Dr. Vance's face went pale. "They've been watching us, waiting for us to show our hand. And now they know we have something they can't ignore." Omega had given Earth its chance to fight, but now it had made them a target. "They're coming for Omega," Dr. Vance whispered. "We have to defend it." But Earth's forces were stretched thin. The alien ships that had attacked before were still in disarray, and this new enemy was bigger, stronger, and much more dangerous. The countdown began again, not for Omega, for Earth's final stand. There was no turning back. The question now wasn't if Earth could fight back. It was whether humanity could survive this time. Because this time, Earth wasn't just facing another invasion. It was facing an enemy from beyond the stars, beyond their wildest imagination. And they were coming. Fast.